Hello, I'm Nicole Brentman, founder and executive director of Poverty in the Arts. Thank you for joining us for the big payback during a time when our artists need your support more than ever, following the Middle Tennessee tornadoes and during the COVID-19 pandemic. While these virtual learning opportunities are free, please donate at thebigpayback.org/POVA. All funds will further develop our art education program and support artists impacted by homelessness. Thank you in advance for donating in a big way to support our artists. Now please join us for our next art demo led by POVA volunteer Didi Sheen.
Hi, my name is Didi and I'm a volunteer at POVA. I've been volunteering here almost a year and a half. Today I'm going to demonstrate a simple and fun art technique called monoprinting. And I think it'd be really good for lots of people because it's fun, but you get really good results with it. A lot of the results are unintended, and that's the best fun part about it. Just a note, I started volunteering with POVA after I went to one of their holiday marketplaces. And art's really important to me. I have a degree in art ed, but I've never used it and never been able to teach, so it's really fun to do it here at POVA. I like watching others create art, and it's just fun. So the monoprinting, there's a lot of kinds of printing in the art world. The monoprinting is probably one of the most simple. You can have it be as simple as you like, or you can get really detailed and intricate with it. But we're going to just have fun with it today. There's a lot of different print surfaces you can use. There's what we call a jelly plate. You can buy these or you can make them. They're really easy to make and they're really expensive to buy. You can just get a piece of plexiglass from the art store or the Staples or something, and you can lay your paint on this. Bubble wrap you can use feathers, steel wool, palm fronds, any kind of fabric, any kind of stencil. These were some placemats that I cut up, and this is like a stencil that I made. But bubble wrap is my favorite thing to use. So we'll start with that. So the printing process is basically having a plate, a printing plate, and then applying paint to it, of which we're going to be using acrylic paint. You can use oil paint, but it's a lot harder, or you can use inks, but a lot of people just use the acrylic paints because it's water-based and it's easy to clean up. You've got your plate down and you know what colors you're going to use. The next thing you have to do is roll the paint out onto the plate, and with that you use a rubber roller. It's a rubber base. They come in all different widths. We're doing kind of a small 5x7 print, so we're going to use a small roller. So when you put your paint on, it doesn't need to be thick. It's better to be too thin than too thick. So you roll the paint on your piece of mat board or newsprint or something, and then you roll it on the plate. So there's lots of different ways that you can apply all this stuff, and I'm going to show you 3 different easy techniques, and we'll start with that in just a second. So the first thing we're going to do is put paint on the printing plate. I'm going to use red and blue. Probably applying the paint is the most skillful part of this because it has to be the exact consistency. Can't have too little paint, you can't have too much paint. You'll find that out the hard way. It's pretty thin. Like I can pick it up and nothing's going to drip off of it. All right, I am going to start with a piece of placemat that I have. because it's a nice sturdy piece of stencil. So I'm going to lay that down in a part of this. Kind of geometric in this corner, and then here's a different kind of geometric in this corner. In this corner, and then I need a little something to put up here, and that corner which you can't see too well, so I'm going to use a piece of steel wool. Alright, we're going to try a second print using some nature objects, a couple of leaves and some weeds, and we're going to print the same piece of paper twice. So the first thing I'm going to do is ink up the jelly plate again. I cleaned it off with water and paper towels so you don't get your paints mixing, and I also cleaned off my roller. I'm going to apply this directly to the plate. You can, there's so many different ways to do this. It's hard to stick with the same rules. And I take these plants, and the plants are still kind of green, they're not completely dead, so I'm hoping they'll make a good imprint. Usually the drier plants make better imprints. Steps, but you put the paper down, and you don't want to press it real hard because it's going to take the paint off too, so I'm trying to just press where the leaves and the grass were. So we take this off. This and this and this, and now I'm going to lay this paper down. Go ahead and do this. I have good feelings about this. Now I'm going to put some more paint down because this is only one color of paint. Then I'm going to take a little yellow and put it, let's see, where should I put this? I think I'll put this right here. I'm going to put some blue on it, certain parts of it. And I planned out where I'm going to put these colors, I'm just kind of playing. So I have red and blue down here now. Now I'm going to start laying some objects down. And what they're going to do is they're going to take the paint off of the surface, and then when you print, which is laying the paper, the ultimate step is laying your paper down on this plate and pulling it up, and it will pull up the design that you created in the plate. So we will start with bubble wrap again, which is really fun. And we're going to put a texture on top of the texture. So I'm going to lay this little circular thing down that I made. It's just mylar that I cut. And I'm going to, I like these dots too. I'm going to put some of these dots right here. And then we'll see what happens. This is just a placemat that I cut up again. So I'm going to put it all the way across this plate. And it just has nice firm pressure. Don't kill it or anything, but firm pressure. Then you pull that up. Now I'm going to lay the paper down and pull it up and show you what I get. So to finish up, I just want to go over what we did. We did monoprinting. Mono means one. You usually just pull one print. That's why it's called mono. It's not like another type of printing where you can use the same plate and make multiple prints. These are the few of the things we came up with. We used different kinds of textures to put in the paint and place on the paint. It's up to you. Your imagination is the only thing that limits you. And we used all different colors, and so you can mix colors, and it comes out really well. This is a really popular process. If you go to Google or YouTube and just put in jelly print or monoprint, you will find hundreds of tutorials and ideas to keep you going on this. This was just a real simple project that we did here at Poets to help teach other people about it. Get interested in it, and hope that our artists make lots of fun prints.
We'd love to see what you made today. You can tag us online or email pictures to creative@povertyandthearts.org. If you'd like to get involved like Didi and volunteer in supporting our artists impacted by homelessness, visit povertyandthearts.org/volunteer.
Thank you so much for watching. You can make your donation today at the